So I was gonna film this video a little bit differently. Um, I was gonna film it from the same perspective, but me sitting on the couch with just a voiceover, working on my laptop. But right as I started, right as I turned the camera on, I came over to come sit down and I kicked my cup of tea all over my rug. Um, I ended up cleaning it up, and now we're here. But as you can see, that's kind of what happened. But I wanted to film this because I want to talk about my future. Um, so it's a Friday night. I have the Red Sox playing. I was working. I hung out with some friends this afternoon. And I've been thinking a lot about my future. A lot today. A lot the past few weeks. It's just something I wanted to talk about. It's something I wanted to articulate pretty well. I've got some notes over here on my laptop that I wrote down because I need to make sure I can articulate this well. But a problem I'm having is I'm waking up on Monday and I think I want a career software engineering job in New York City. I mean, I'm already in New York. Like a legit job, like the typical 9 to 5 with stock options and Microsoft, Apple, Google, OpenAI. But then on Tuesday, I wake up and I think I want to work at a startup. I want to build my own startup, working 9 to 9, 7 days a week, then 997, Y Combinator. And then Wednesday I wake up and I want to start like a boutique software company and move to Austin, Texas, and open a creative studio outside the city and do that for the rest of my life. But those are 3 completely different lives than I have right now. I mean, I'm working as a software engineer in New York. I'm 600 miles away from any of my family. I'm only 20. But I want all of those lives, all 3 of them. I want aspects of all 3 of them. But for some context, I'm 20. I moved to New York at 19. I live just above New York City, doing software engineering. My whole family is about 600 miles away. That's the closest family I have. I mean, I have some family like on the West Coast too, but they've always been on the West Coast. Yeah, it's not. Nobody's close by. Nobody's close by. And a lot of times my nights end up like this: me on the couch watching baseball, the Red Sox. And tonight I ended up with tea on my rug. But I like this. This is nice. It's not something I don't complain about. But when you make a big step like that in your life, it gives you a lot of time to think, a lot of alone time. A lot of nights just like this one. And your brain starts asking those questions. The same ones like over and over and over. I want this. No, I want that. No, I want this. What am I working for today? What are my goals? Because, I have a laptop full of ideas. Like, I'm literally looking at this laptop. I see projects. Oh, nice. The Red Sox just hit a home run. I'm a Red Sox fan, by the way. But, like, on my laptop, I'm recording this audio, but I can just open. I probably have 5 projects open right now. So, they're all, half finished. But, and, each one of them has a plan. But when you ask me for my plan, it changes every single day. It used to mess with me because I think it would mess with my contentfulness. But not too much anymore. I think it's good to be able to dream. But what I did figure out about dreaming is having too many dreams can feel the same as having no dreams. It can feel like you have no direction, like no one place you're supposed to be going. Because especially if the dream changes every day, like it seems like mine do, part of your brain goes like, oh, you're not serious. You don't actually know what you want. But it's okay to have a lot of different ideas. You know, I'm 20. And I'd imagine if you're watching this, you're probably around my similar age. Maybe similar situation if you're not. But I'm 20. There's so much time left in my life. You know, maybe I want that real career software engineering job on Monday and I want to live in Austin on Wednesday, but they're not contradictions I have to resolve right now. You know, I have a lot of time. They're just drafts. They're like those unfinished projects on my computer. You know, the problem isn't having too many dreams, but the problem is when you keep saying one day. Like, you know, one day I'll do this, one day I'll do that, one day I'll marry this person, one day I'll get this job. You know, today, you can't do anything when you talk about just today or just one day. But there's two ways to mess up having a lot of time left, and I've messed with both. The first one is you're never happy. You live entirely in the future. Your current work isn't enough. Where you currently live isn't enough, and you end up resenting it. I felt that a lot. When you're 10 hours away from family, eating dinner alone on a Tuesday night, it's very easy to think this is not what I want. I should be elsewhere. I should be further along. I should be doing something else. And I've had that exact couch eating dinner on a Tuesday night on this exact couch. That exact thought on this exact couch. But the second way to mess it up is the opposite. You get too comfortable. Everything's fine. You know, it's a Tuesday night, I'm eating alone, but I have an apartment. I have a job. I know what I'm doing tomorrow morning. Everything's fine. But your dreams stay dreams. You know, it's the one day dilemma. One day I'll start them. And you say that for 10 years from the same spot on this couch eating dinner on a Tuesday night again. And, you know, the Red Sox are probably losing in the background. Yeah. But the move, you need both at once. Content where you are while you work towards where you're going. You know, contentfulness is not settling. It's not accepting what you have and saying, this is all I'll ever have. This is, you know, I want more, but this is what I'll have. That's what settling is. And contentfulness is not settling. You know, I live an hour outside of one of the best cities on earth. I'm healthy. I'm 20. I have free evenings. You know, some people would kill to have free evenings. You know, this is not a life that I want to escape from. It's a great life, but it's the beginning. So I can't pick the 10-year vision. I've tried, but I cannot tell you if I'll be in New York City or Austin or somewhere in Asia. Think about it. Like a career software engineering job in New York, I would need to be a really, really good engineer. If I wanted to be a startup guy doing the 997, you know, I would need to give up these free evenings. You know, no more alone dinners on Tuesday night, which maybe that's what you want. You know, I moved to Austin, you know, start my own business, get a creative workshop. I'd have to be able to do stuff and find work, you know, fulfill my time without anybody else helping me. So, all three of those roads, though, run through me. They're decisions I have to make. So, the only path that I know I need to do is I'm gonna stay healthy. I'm not gonna waste my time. I just have to, keep working towards those goals. And that's what tonight is. I was taking notes, I was trying to journal, and I was coming up with a lot of these thoughts. And now I'm here trying to articulate them on a YouTube channel that I'm just now starting because I thought I wanted to. So, if you take anything from this video, take that there's plenty of time. It may not feel like it, but there really is, We all say we're so busy, but think about how many hours we're wasting. How many hours do you spend on Instagram Reels or TikTok? How many hours are you watching Fly Out? How many times are you wasting your evenings watching TV when you could be thinking about your future, writing down goals, writing out how you're going to get there? So, yeah, we have a lot of time. So no, I don't know where I'll be in 10 years. New York City, Austin, Asia, I don't know. Ask me tomorrow and I'll probably give you a different answer. Ask me on Sunday or Monday or Tuesday, I'll give you different answers every day. But I'm okay with that because that's not something I have to decide this week, like I said. But I do know what I'm doing tonight. I do know what I'm going to do tomorrow night. And I'm content with what I'm going to be doing this weekend. So if you're in the same boat, you have lots of dreams, lots of ideas, lots of plans, but no direction on how to get to them, just know that there's other people there. You got a lot of time. You've got a lot of time. But, yeah. I think this was just a little bit of a rant that I wanted to share. So, maybe I'll see you guys again. Maybe I'll never upload this. Maybe this will be the only thing I ever upload again. I don't know. But I'll see you guys.